Hey, Assalamu alaikum. This is Maruf from Deenpreneurs.net. So today we're gonna discuss Ikigai. Um, Let me ask a question before we deep dive. Do you love what you do and make a good living? And also, do you feel like that you are making something meaningful and impactful and fulfills your life? So not only from money side, financially, but also it fulfills your spiritual needs as well. Hopefully by the end of this video, we'll find an answer to all of those questions. So this is also, I just want to remind you, part of the bonus video of my new book, 7 Steps to Success. And also, hopefully we'll also make it as a part of the course as well. And I will share the links below in the video description. You can check them out. Also, if you would like to get this type of videos, which will be helpful, don't forget to subscribe. So now let's deep dive into Ikigai. So what is Ikigai? Ikigai is a Japanese term which means a reason for being, right? In a nutshell, as you can see from the chart, it is a combination of things you love doing. At the same time, things that you're really good at. On the other hand, those things should be also helpful. What I mean by that is these things should be also help other people and serve and solve a problem. Last but not the least, and these things should be also something, the last but not the least, and this thing should be also that you can get paid for. So the idea is that if you can find a thing or things that combines in all of them, it means you find your Ikigai. It means you find your reason for being. And then it will, once you do that thing, you will not only make money, but you love what you do, and the work doesn't necessarily feel like work, even though there's always be work, but it doesn't feel like work. So you know your why, you know your purpose, everything you do will take a new meaning. And that's why we are looking into Ikigai today. So question is, how do you find yours? Then the first and foremost, to go through this exercise, it's not something like you sit like in 30 seconds or 30 minutes. I would really suggest you take your time off. Maybe go for a walk, or maybe sit in a room where you are alone, because you need some time to think, to brainstorm, to even meditate. Whatever you do to put your mind at ease, and then ask the following questions. So the first question is, what are the things I really love doing? When I do them, right, and I lost the track of time, and I enjoy doing them. And then the next question is, what are the things I'm really good at? So this is where you can listen to what other people said about you, what kind of compliments you get. What are your skills? What are you really good at? What people compliment and say, hey man, that's great. You're really good at this. So list them as well. So you have this page, blank page, where you're writing the things you really love. And another page, you can write things you're really good at. And the third page, this will be canned for, is how does these things. So as we discussed, the Ikigai is actually a combination of the things you love, things you are good at, the things the world needs solving. It means you're actually solving a real problem. Last but not the least, that the things you can actually get paid for. So it's very crucial that you combine all of them and make sure it ticks all those boxes. So if any of them are missing, as you can see on the chart, for example, if you take all the boxes, you may solve you may do things you love, and you are good at it, and even you're solving a real problem, but you cannot get paid. You can feel delight and fullness, but no wealth. But we all know without wealth, without means of finance, we cannot survive. We cannot live a good life. So that's why it's important to include that getting paid as well. What if you can do all of those things, except you don't love a thing, you don't love the thing, you'll be good at your job, for example, it may solve even a problem, you can get paid, but You feel comfortable, but you feel of emptiness. And this a lot of people are today, which they do things they don't love and they feel empty, even though they can get paid, even though they're good at it, even though it's solving a real problem. So as you can see, this is very, very crucial to tick all those 4 boxes. So to do that, I want to share with you that a quick thing I did. So just you take one like this blank page and fold it into 4, fold it into half like this, and another half of like this. So you will have 4. Equal place, and then you can write something like, because I'm really bad at drawing, you can write something like things I love, things like I'm good at, things the world needs solving, and the ways how I can get paid. So what I really want you to do that is then take a pen or pencil, get a room, and try to listen and look inward and see what are the things I really love doing. Just don't worry about it. It's a brainstorming session. You have to keep writing. For each section, ideally, you should get 10 items. If not 10 items, at least get 5, because you will see in the later in the process, you will need to trim them down because you need to find a pattern that connects them all, right? So you have to make a list of at least 5 things you love, 5 things you're good at, and the 5 things the world needs solving, and the 5 things you can get paid. Out of them, once you focus on the things you love and hopefully you're good at, in the next and you have to make sure that the world needs solving, get paid. This will be covering in the next 5 chapters of the book or the course you're following. But at this point, what you really, really, really must do is focus on the things you love doing and the things you're really good at. And if you want to follow only one thing, I would say just things you love. What I mean by that is, if you find the thing you love really doing, if you do often, if you do it constantly, you can eventually get good at it, right? So that's very crucial. You start with the things you love list, then expand to the good at list. So that is the homework. That is the section for today. So just an example to give, like from my own experience in Ikigai, is that it took me probably months, even years to figure it out. So you don't have to get discouraged that it will be a difficult task to figure out what you really love doing or you're good at, right? So what I'm saying is that even though I know my Ikigai fully, to some extent, is that it took me years to come to that. So how it looks like today, when I tell you, it means, oh, okay, it makes sense, but sometimes it takes time, and that's okay. In my case, so just to give an idea like how it works, is like in my case, what I really love, I'm just reading from this abroad here, is that I love marketing, I love helping others, I love, alhamdulillah, serving the ummah, Muslim ummah we call it, and I also like startups and entrepreneurship. I love learning, and I love walking, I love habits, and there are a lot of things I love doing that, right? So when it comes to good at, like, I'm not good at all of those stuff, right? But there are 1 or 2 things that are good at. One thing I would say maybe on marketing. I've learned this thing, I'm really good at marketing. I'm also good at, I would say, design to some extent, because I studied and worked in it. And also I'm good at, I would say, entrepreneurship, because I launched a few companies. Some of them succeeded to some extent, some of them did not, and I learned through the way. So I am probably far ahead than others who didn't launch stuff yet. So those are the things I'm good at, right? I love those things. I'm good at. And if you look at the last 2 things, like, do the world need the skills like marketing? Of course, we have so many companies, so many products. They need marketing. Do the world need let's say, my knowledge in entrepreneurship? And I believe in my case, so what I did is that instead of teaching entrepreneurship, what I learned, as you can see, even by this course and book, is that what I did is I tried to match with my other love, like how can I serve the ummah, Muslim ummah? How can I, so when I asked a question, so I said, okay, instead of teaching this entrepreneurship, what I really love doing that is, instead of teaching everybody, there are so many good teachers, what if I choose a specific audience, in my case, a Muslim audience, and what is missing in this market, and what I can bring something new, and this is what I think the world needs, right? Inshallah. And the last but not least, can I get paid? And the first question, like, can I get paid, or can we get paid as agency to showing marketing services? Absolutely, because we know a lot of marketing agencies, they work, and we have been following the similar concept, and alhamdulillah 7-8 years we've been doing that. But the new thing, like what I'm doing right now, is teaching and sharing knowledge with the Muslim entrepreneurs, and hopefully inshallah building this Muslim ecosystem and hub. Do we need that? If you ask me the question, I think we do. And can I get paid for that? So that's what we are trying to figure out, right? So that's why I wrote the book, and see if we can educate the Muslims enough, not necessarily for getting paid, because I really want, like, not necessarily I have to become a millionaire out of this, but the idea is I really want to sustain the operation. To do that, the operation should pay itself, like for the book, for the courses. So we keep on doing more of this, and we can keep on doing even marketing to even larger people, right? So, and alhamdulillah, so far, early signs I'm seeing in my record this. We just pre-ordered we launched and pre-ordered the book. It's already sold almost 100 at this point. And we can see that it's not just an idea, that it means people are actually get it, people actually need it, and people are actually willing to pay for it, which is good news. So this is how this Ikigai thing works. So when I'm doing this, when I'm working in marketing for Muslims or entrepreneurship, so this is what I told you, it happens is that I don't feel like I'm working, even though I am, but you feel like you're on a mission, you're on a purpose, that's your calling, you are doing that, alhamdulillah, it feels good, right? At the same time, I treat this as not just another job, of like a job, which is, you may not really necessarily like it, but for me, alhamdulillah, I think it's also my way of serving to my community, this way also serving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I hope it gives you a better idea what and how the Ikigai works, and inshallah it will benefit from this. If you haven't really done it yet, get the book, it will give you a better picture, or join the course, deenpreneurs.net, and all the links will be down. And I'm looking forward to see you on the other side. And I hope you like it, and I will see you on the next video, where we discuss how to turn this thing you love, you're really good at, into a product and into a solution that solves the problem, and which you all can get paid for as well. Having said that, I'll see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum.